Hello Virgo, and welcome to my very first tarot scope video. I was going to start with Leos because it is Leo season, but something told me to go on ahead and do Virgo. I got very clear, loud guidance to do Virgo first. So I'm guessing some of you are in need of guidance, and that makes perfect sense because of the energy that's circulating. It's really chaotic. A lot of things are being removed forcibly from people's lives that they may not have wanted to let go, or that it's like a lot of people are at this time being forced to surrender is basically what I'm trying to say. And so a lot of people, not just Virgos, but a lot of people are in this energy right now of trying to figure out what their next step is, and which direction they need to go in order for them to grow and evolve, and to kind of clear away this past energy and these past cycles that a lot of us have been in of trying to remove negativity from our lives. So when I meditated on your energy earlier, the Strength card did come up in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles came up in reverse. So to me, what that was signifying is, first of all, I see the Strength card in reverse as not a bad thing. I don't see it as weakness, but more so I see it as surrender. Like some of you are coming to the realization that you are not strong enough to continue on with the situation, or to continue on living the way that you have been living, and you are being forced to surrender that aspect of yourself, or surrender that relationship, surrender that job that's not fulfilling you. You're just being forced to surrender in general. And I know for Virgos that can be a bit, I don't want to say it's tough, because Virgos do have the ability to move forward, because Virgos have this discipline about them. Like when they make up their minds about something, they laser focus in on it and they get it done. So if you make up your mind to move past a certain situation and you apply discipline to you wanting to get past it, then you are eventually going to get past it. But I feel like sometimes with Virgos, you have a tendency to be kind of too grounded. You see what I'm saying? It's like your sister sign is Pisces, and Pisces has a tendency to be very dreamy, very like up in the air, like head in the clouds type of thing. And then on the opposite end of that, you tend to be a little bit not dreamy enough, like too grounded, too realistic, to the point where sometimes you don't know how to surrender to a higher power. You feel like you have to set a goal and get it done, and you have a problem with like certain things in life not being able to operate that way. See what I'm saying? Like there's certain connections that you may have, certain events that go on in your life that you are not going to be able to handle from a human perspective, I guess you could say. You're going to have to incorporate some of that Pisces energy and kind of get in touch with your higher self, get in touch with your spirituality in order to transcend a lot of these negative energies, like I said. So with the Ten of Pentacles coming up earlier, sorry, I'm just shuffling and waiting for the cards to come out. With the Ten of Pentacles coming up earlier, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, that represents long-term success, but it's in the reverse, meaning that you may have had your eye on something that you wanted to build to long-term success, and it could have been abruptly taken from you, or you are just now realizing that your definition of long-term success is not one that's fulfilling. Like some of you could have like huge career goals and dreams that you have been putting your time, energy, and effort into, and now you're kind of coming to the realization that what I'm hearing is like it's not important. Not saying that career and money is not important, but some of you are searching for deeper purpose rather than just trying to get lost in your work, or make this next deadline, or get to this level in your career. Like you're wanting a deeper meaning and purpose is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let me pull Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, okay, a lot of mental energy, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So I'll show you each of the cards. I'll show you all the cards. The Ace of Swords, and sorry, my energy is really low for some reason. So I'm wondering, like, because I'm tapped into your energy, if any of you are feeling drained. I feel very like very just kind of drained, and it is not even like a very heavy draining, meaning I think some of you have been in a cycle that have been draining you and you're coming out of it, so your energy might be low. So that's the energy that I'm picking up. So then we have the Queen of Swords along with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of mental energy here and a lot of feminine energy here. So a lot of you are, like I was saying, very much in your headspace. which is not uncommon for a Virgo to be very much in your mental space. I would say that Virgos are like the air signs of the earth signs, if that makes sense. And that's pretty much what's being described here. You can see the Queen of Pentacles representing earth, and then the Queen of Swords representing air. So I always say that, like I said, the Virgos are the earth signs, the air signs of the earth signs, because they tend to be stuck in their head a lot and going over things over and over in their mind a lot. And I feel like that's what's happening here. You are really contemplating cutting things, people, situations out of your life. But for some reason, you're having a hard time making a final decision. Like, you're coming to the decision slowly but surely, but it's like you don't want to make the wrong choice, or you don't want to make a wrong move. So it looks like you're kind of just sitting on whatever this decision is, trying to figure out which direction you want to go in. Trying to figure out, like I said, who's going to get cut, who's not going to get cut. If you cut someone off, you might be thinking, did you do the right thing? And I feel like in the meantime, with this Queen of Pentacles being here, you're still very much focused on career, or you're focused on goals, you're focused on tangible things. But at the same time, I feel like you are getting a bit distracted by your mental energy, which could be very annoying to you, because I'm sure that could be annoying to a Virgo when you are trying to reach a certain goal. And it's like your mind keeps wandering back to past situations with this Ace of Swords being in reverse, and just wondering if you made the right choice. And I know a lot of you have, I feel like a lot of you don't have regrets. Like, I'm picking up this energy of like, I don't regret anything because I learned from it, which is a very Virgo energy. But some of you could actually be experiencing regret right now, which is like something new for you, or like something that is throwing you off. And you have to understand too that we are in a retrograde right now, so past situations are going to cycle back around, whether that be physical or mental. So that's something, like I said, that could be throwing you off because you are so forward focused and you're trying to turn your back on this past energy, but you can't, because this is something to be learned from this past energy. So let me keep on pulling. And for some of you, what I'm getting is that you are needing to turn your back on past energy. So whichever message resonates, take it as it applies. Like, some of you are needing to actually turn your back away from that past energy of confusion, and actually do focus more towards nurturing yourself or nurturing your goals, getting in touch with your feminine side also in terms of giving. Like, I feel like a lot of you, when it comes to work or career, you could be kind of self-focused. I'm seeing here that you could be guided to start serving others more in your career in some way. Like starting some type of humanitarian work or something along those lines. Because I feel like a lot of you, like I was saying before when I shuffled and I got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like a lot of you are just not feeling fulfilled when it comes to your life goals, and you're trying to redirect your life. And a lot of that could have to do with you need to step into your heart space and your feminine energy and doing more to give back to people. So then I feel like you will feel more fulfilled. Let me clarify each. The Ace of Swords being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. The Empress. Ooh, that flew out to Death card. Okay. So, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords clarifying each other. So, this definitely is about a past cycle that you have been through, that you are feeling some regrets about. I'm picking a heavy energy of regret. Like, you're just not sure if you made the right decision, or if someone did something to you, you're not sure if they made the right decision. You're trying to figure out, like, was it justified? Did this person cut me off in a justifiable way? Meaning, like, did I do something to deserve this? Or if you cut someone off, you could be thinking, like, was I too harsh? Or you're just going over the situation, and I feel like it's really bothering you because I'm getting the energy of like annoyance. I feel like it's really bothering you because you want to put it to rest, but it's still like this lack of clarity. If you have left someone in a state of confusion in the past and that energy is coming back up, meaning you're thinking about them a lot, it's because you've left them in a state of confusion and because you have unfinished business with them. And the retrograde might just keep bringing those thoughts around until some type of closure takes place. And that can go with if you cut someone off or if someone cuts you off. So with the Queen of Swords being clarified by the Empress card, okay, I didn't show you the cards. I feel like it's heart chakra activation, like you being forced to open up your heart. And it could be, like I said, very uncomfortable for you. You could be having like heavy pain, like heavy pains in your chest, headaches. It's like, I'm seeing physical symptoms here, but it's a part of like your heart chakra activating, and it's a part of like, it has to do with this past cycle. Like some of this past cycle, or something that some significant cycle in the past has really like shaking you up, turn your world upside down, and usually you are able to move past things, and I feel like you're not able to move past this, and it's because you are not supposed to move past it until you take the lesson. And I feel like the lesson here is about opening your heart or getting more in touch with your feminine side. Let me pull one more for that Empress. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse in the Chariot. Okay. Nine of Pentacles in reverse in the Chariot. So some of you, like I said, are trying to kind of speed past this lesson and not really deal with your thoughts and not deal with the confusion that you're experiencing. It's very bizarre energy, because I feel like I'm getting the energy of someone that's running. It's like running from someone who reminds you too much of yourself. Like you could have had a cycle with someone who just like brought out, like really exposed yourself to you. Like someone who you felt very vulnerable and naked in front of. With this Empress card, it could be someone who was very nurturing to you, or someone who took on an energy that reminded you of your mother. And that person just brought up a lot out of you. And you're wanting to leave that in the past and speed past this situation. But I feel like it's not working because you're not meant to speed past it. There is a lesson in, there's something that you need to learn in order to grow from the situation that has to do with your self-esteem and your self-worth. And I feel like you're running from your thoughts instead of actually sitting with the discomfort and the pain and figuring out what the issue was. Like really think back to this past cycle, whatever this cycle was. And think back to the ways in which you did not show that you were loving yourself, or the ways in which you were not feeling like the best version of yourself, the ways that you were intimidated by this person, or it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a job, it could be any past cycles that have exposed to you that you are not, that you don't have a high self-esteem, or that you are not as confident in yourself as you would like to be, or that you're not as perfect as you would like to feel. And I feel like instead of speeding past this, it's important for you to slow down and really analyze this. Because I know that Virgos do have a tendency to be very critical of themselves, and they tend to be perfectionist. So I feel like you may be trying to speed past your thoughts because they kind of hold a mirror up, or this past cycle held a mirror up to your imperfections, and I feel like you just don't like it. But there's a lesson here in learning how to embrace your imperfections and how to grow to love your imperfections instead of trying to run away from them, and understanding that no one is perfect. And I feel like that comes into embodying your feminine energy as well, because it's like when you have an open heart chakra and you are embodying your feminine energy, not only can you give other people compassion, but you can give yourself compassion. When your heart chakra is closed off and you are not in alignment with your feminine energy, you tend to dismiss your own feelings as well as other people's feelings. And you tend to run from your pain instead of sitting down with your pain, analyzing it, and like giving yourself that comfort. So that's why this energy is coming back around. And then I have the Death card in reverse here, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. And the Five of Wands that came out in the soulmate reading too. So, sheesh, there's like a fight or battle within you. Like you are trying to evolve and change, and there is like a battle like within yourself to hold on to your old way of being. Because I feel like you feel like your old way of being has been working for you because it's been keeping you safe, but it's also been keeping you isolated. It's been keeping you from fully connecting with people, from growing, from learning. It's like something is being, it's like your way of being, your old way of being is just not working anymore. It worked for you in the past. It was a defense mechanism in the past, but now it's no longer working and it's time to give it up. But it's a conflict within you because, like I said, whatever this coping mechanism was, this defense mechanism was, it was keeping you safe. And so now you just, it's like you don't want to evolve. And it's subconscious, I feel. Like everyone wants to change and evolve, but it's difficult when our coping mechanisms have been like pretty much saving us emotionally. Let me pull one more. See, this is crazy. Okay. Wow. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is literally your energy that you've been using. I mean, this is like your, how do I explain this? It's like your way of coping that has worked for you in the past no longer working for you. Meaning trying to distract yourself through work, trying to distract yourself through insignificant relationships, trying to distract yourself through very shallow interactions. It's like being asked you're being asked by your higher self to really stop and pay attention to yourself and stop running from yourself using external things like work, people, whatever else your coping mechanism might be. It's like stop using these external coping mechanisms because they are leading you away from yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you're constantly focused on outside ways to soothe your pain, that means that you're not going inward to soothe your own pain, meaning you are missing an opportunity to really bond with your soul and to elevate on a soul level. See what I'm saying? Like you're missing the opportunity to build a very strong relationship with yourself. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Yep. So, all right, let me pull 3 more. And then these 3 we're going to look at in the extended. Oh, that wanted to come out. Full card. The 8 of Swords. And 2 of Cups. I just knew that 2 of Cups was going to make an appearance. Okay. So, we have the Fool card in reverse, the 8 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. The Fool card, again, having this energy of you being mistrusting, meaning having a hard time surrendering, having a hard time calling on a higher power, having a hard time getting in touch with your higher knowledge. Like, I feel a lot of fear with this Fool card in reverse. A fear of looking foolish, a fear of taking a leap of faith, a fear of expressing yourself, or a fear that someone's not going to express themselves to you. I'm just getting an overall energy of fear. Like someone who has been shot down a lot. Like someone who has constantly tried to take a leap of faith and has been shot down each time. And so now they don't want to leap anymore. And then I'm seeing the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords being mental anguish. Not as bad as the 9 of Swords, but it's still feeling like you are kind of stuck and bound in your thoughts, your mind being like really murky and cloudy, not really being able to see your way out. Just very uncomfortable, gray, like a very like dark, not dark, but like a heavy energy. I'm seeing like a gray blanket being like over someone's head. Like just feeling like this gray fog is like over you and you're stuck trying to figure out how to get out of it. And then the 2 of Cups, which is the soulmate card. So some of you could be dealing with a soulmate that's making you feel this way, or you're reflecting on soulmate energy from the past that has made you feel this way. And now you're reflecting on, or now you are stuck in your mind about the things that have taken place between you and this person. And if it's not a person, it's something that you were emotionally invested in. Okay, so I'm going to clarify these in the extended, and I will leave that in the description box down below. And I will see you guys over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.